Hi, I'm Keegan, and this is A Bunch of Gamers. This is our 18th episode of the Realms of Pugmire. I'm going to go around the room and have my players introduce themselves.
Hi, I'm Thomas, and I play Sheen.
Hi, I'm Michael. I play Bernard.
I'm Mike, and I play Tagbard.
I'm Christine, and I play Vesper.
I'm Liam, and I play Tucker.
Last time, you were able to save the guards of Korat. You are in front of the Hunter's Haven. The city of Pugmire still seems to burn as riots explode in all directions. There seems to be chaotic blasts of lightning and fire from all directions, seeming to indicate that the retrievers were able to get access to low-grade relics that are useful, though not useful for getting a noble position. As you finally have a few moments to catch your breath, you see Fritz starting to limp up.
What in man is happening here? Fritz, what's going on?
They've been taking the whole area. I took a walk through the lands of the unseen, I swear, by all the explosions and the fights. They've been pushing towards the Royal Society. They aren't in the religious quarter yet, but Royal Society rules now is that we're getting rid of items and handing them out to our members for the good fight. I have stuff for you. Took a bit to get it here for you. As he goes, here, as he throws Tagbard a +1 greatsword. He throws Bernard a +1 bow. He throws Tucker a +1 great axe, Sheen a +1 mace, and Vesper a +1 short sword. These all require attunement. You can be attuned to 3 artifacts at once.
Fritz, you're a hero among dogs. Thank you.
That's not all of it. I've got a bit more for you. As he pulls out an amulet, puts that near you as he's looking around. Some gauntlets, and then you see a potion that is green, bubbling, and clearly under pressure, and a jar with what appears to be ointment in it. Excuse me. Gauntlets of power make you swing hard.
Well, who wants these then?
And he goes, this one, the amulet, makes you a bit more hardy. And then these 2 things, the potion of heroism, heals you, gives you spells back, and blesses you with man's grace. And the ointment, allows you to heal a bit.
I think our good shepherd could very well use those last 2.
Use them sparingly. The potions and the ointment can only be used once. The amulet and the gauntlets have to be attuned to. And out of character, the amulet, if you attune to it, your constitution is treated as 20, so +5. And the gauntlets treat your strength as an 18, or a +4, while wearing them.
Who's got the lowest?
I've already got an amulet that brings my constitution up.
My strength is already pretty high, so I don't think I would benefit from that. My constitution's only a 14. But if there's somebody who's got a lower constitution, it should go to them.
I'm not really in the front line, and I have a con of 16. So I'd suggest you take it, Vesper.
Okay. We only get the bonus once we've attuned it, right?
Yes.
And that's something that takes time.
It takes a short rest.
Okay. Can you attune to 2 objects at the same time, or is it a short rest for each?
You can attune to a short rest to do all your attunements.
Okay. Well, unless we're in a hurry, I think I'd like to do that now.
You are in a bit of a hurry.
Do that anyways, cause
They're still fighting
Yeah,
all
I'm
around.
also-
As Fritz
Okay.
goes, we should be getting these boys to the castle.
Then let's head out.
Aye. We've got a prisoner, too.
So you all start heading back to the castle, as there is still the fighting all around, but it looks like the retrievers are staying to the southern portion of the quarter, at least for now. As you hear blasts and things like that, you hear some of the Pugmire dogs or guards calling in to open the gates. As the gates start to open and they bring you in, you should not be fully healed because it was just right after the fight. You haven't had a long rest yet.
Okay, that's what I thought when I saw my health at 4 out of 30, and then I was thinking, like, did I forget to change that? So I'm
No.
hurting.
Yeah, you're hurting.
Oh, yeah.
As you're brought in, as the guards are like, oh, what's going on out there?
Chaos.
Yeah.
The retrievers finally made their move.
So I see.
Is everything okay in here?
Yes, no, the retrievers haven't come up this way. As you see the captain of the Korat guards going, we wish to see Tiberius.
Who is Tiberius?
He's the emissary that came. The politician.
The House Korat emissary. Do the guards look mad?
No, they look concerned.
Oh, so the Korat guards are with us, then?
Yes.
Okay.
So,
Aye.
you start heading in as you're hearing shouting. I don't care, King Pug. This sort of thing is just unconscionable. How can we expect an alliance if you cannot protect your own kingdom? This sort of instability could drag down the monarchies if we were to join you and strengthen our alliance. Please, this is not the case. Something is working behind this. Please, as you hear the guard, my lord. Ah, my guards. Good. It's good to see that they survived this, as he gives this venomous glance to the king. Yes, my lord. And it is these fine dogs that we can thank for our lives. And this Von Wrex.
Just glad to be of service.
Well, King Pug, at least you have those who can help you in a time of crisis, even though the crisis should never have happened.
Agreed. This has been building for a very long time. Traitorous elements within our city for weeks now. Fortunately, they were allowed to grow in power, have only just been stomped back down. But don't worry, Pugmire's commitment to alliance against the unseen remains as strong, and any traitors, anybody who wishes to weaken those alliances, will be dealt with. You have my promise there.
As he kind of gives you a look. The issue, Master
Tagbard MacTerry.
MacTerry, is that this shouldn't have happened. And I think that the monarchies would be weakened by any such alliance if they're allowed to let this fester. If these dogs were allowed to fester, why should we believe that you would not allow the unseen to fester?
Well, how do we know there aren't elements within the monarchies festering just as easy? How do we know there aren't cats who would rather see a monarchies for the cats and who might oppose alliances with dogs?
Ugh. I will let you roll a persuade. Also, I will give you an inspiration. So the party has 3 inspiration now.
Maybe use some of the inspiration.
Don't you get the advantage for persuasion anyways?
Yeah.
You are right. You are very right for making friends. That's more.
Perhaps you are right. Captain, we will lend our strength to gracious King Pug to try and stomp this element out. I will be in my chambers, King Pug. I will speak to you on the morrow. As he turns away, gives that flare of his cloak, knowing that he had been verbally defeated.
Well, I have to say,
Your Highness?
best.
Thank you. Thank you very much. He was quite adamant for some time. You have my thanks, good dogs, and Sir Cat, for aiding the city in this time.
What do you plan to do about the mayhem and chaos? How can we help?
We're regrouping, and we will have a war room tomorrow. The attacks have slowed down. The retrievers are likely just as tired as we are.
How much of the guard was compromised?
We don't have the numbers yet. We're doing an assessment now.
All right. You know you can trust the Bulldogs? You've been in touch with Gregory?
Yes, I have been in touch with Gregory. He is unfortunately cut off from the castle right now. He's making his return back, but it's slow going.
What do you need from us?
I'm going to have a war room meeting tomorrow. We will be working on strategies on how to defeat the retrievers. I would like your counsel and your aid.
We'll see you on the next day.
Okay, of course.
One more thing.
Yes?
Brother Jeremiah in the Church of Ma, I have reason to believe he made with the retrievers as well.
Well, I fear your suspicions are incorrect. He died saving some of the cats in the plastic district.
Really?
Yes.
Well, I'm ashamed to dishonor his memory, but I'm glad I was wrong.
As he goes, I'll see you all tomorrow. We will show you. I'll show you to your rooms. As he nods to the guards, and the guards take you to your rooms. You all have to stay in the same room simply because of the shortages right now. But the room is massive, huge feathered beds that can fit all of you comfortably. As a guard goes, I apologize for the accommodations.
We'll take what we can get for now.
I suppose we'll simply have to make up for it next time.
So you all rest. You're fully healed and have regained your stamina dice as well.
Heyo.
As you awaken, you are brought food and you are asked to join the king in the war room.
Before we do that, would we have been able to attune our relics
Yes.
during a long rest?
Yes, absolutely. So who got what?
I have the +1 short sword.
Okay.
So is that essentially the same short sword that I had that we found before?
Yes, it's just you have another one now. So that'd be 2 attunements for you.
Okay.
So I have
Yeah.
So I have a question on the +1 axe then. So
Yep.
would it just be a +1 on the roll? Or
One-
is it like a plus...
Roll and damage.
Oh, it's a +1 roll and damage then. Okay. Thank you.
Yep.
So yeah, I think Vesper and Tucker should take the Constitution and the Strength bonuses and decide which one's which.
Why aren't you going to take the strength one?
I already have a con amulet. I could, but
Basically, it's
still want to
yeah. Who's got what strength?
I'm at 16.
Okay, so you wouldn't get a ton of benefit. What was yours, Liam?
17.
Liam would get the same benefit, but not as Vesper.
Mike, what's your strength?
Sure, mine's 15.
You would get the most benefit out of it.
All right, I can take the gauntlets.
And then I think Vesper should take the other amulet that puts your con up to 20.
Yeah.
I think that would be great.
What's your con currently?
14.
So that'd be an additional 3 HP per level.
On a separate note, did we let that big armored dude we killed last time just bleed out in the street, or did we do the same healing thing on him, get him locked up in?
I thought we said we healed everyone and
you
up
did.
and stuff.
Yeah, he did spare the dying.
Okay. Feel like there's a small but, well, at this point we don't really need evidence, but there's still a small but non-zero chance that he might roll over Terry.
I think Terry's guilt is kind of obvious at this point.
He could still be a useful source of information. Maybe.
I had
Just
no
an
idea the organization I was in charge of was planning a coup. I promise.
The real question is whether he's a Dogs for Pugmire loyalist in truth, or whether he knew that Terry was working with the rats of Labotor and just didn't have power.
Alright, so you all approach the war room. As you see King Pug there, the captain of the Korat guards, as well as several others, including Fritz. Welcome.
Honored to be here.
So, we'll give the information then, or what we have gathered so far. It seems that the retrievers have been moving quickly. They have the Riverwall district firmly in their grasp right now. And they have moved quickly to grab as much of the plastic quarter as they can. They have been predominantly sticking to the southern section of the quarter and have been reinforcing themselves to prepare to take the rest. Their end goal seeming to be to take the religious quarter so that they can raid the society's stock of relics. They're trying to close in around us, but to our advantage, we have started putting troops to fortify the stone wall.
How did they get the relics they've been using to create these explosions? Did those come from the society?
No, those are low-grade Eid, and they've been found in other places. I know that, or the stone quarter. I've known of merchants who use them to protect their caravans.
All right. How are they fortifying? Did we ever figure out who's supplying them with arms?
No. Though we can get some guesses. Some of the lower nobility, their homes have not been touched by the violence, or at least weapons were used rather than the explosives.
Do we know where their main base of operations is now that they've expanded into the city?
The main base is still their main base in the Riverwall, we assume. The mansion here, or the old mansion there, I should say, as he points to it. They've been fortifying the gate, the southern gate, to defend themselves. We've been trying to get word out to Houndington, though riders have to either breach their line in the south or wrap around the entirety of the city, which carries its own risks. And
Out of character.
yeah,
You said the captain of the House Korat Guard was here. Is the House Korat diplomat present as well? Tiberius?
Tiberius is not present as of right now.
Okay, good.
They are also, from what we've seen, confiscating goods from any merchant who comes from the south. They are compensating dogs and just taking it for anyone else, in an aim to keep the dogs in the area under their protection. The society has been moving as quickly as they can with some of the relics, but some of the relics that they house are unstable and dangerous, and they will take some time to move.
That sounds like it should be a priority, but has anybody heard from the rats? Or I should say, are there any rats here?
No, but we do. It's interesting that you mentioned that. We've had some reports here, and here, as he's pointing down in certain areas, that there have been resistances in the river wall that have caused instability in that area.
I'm sure we know who's behind that, and we should probably support him.
There are several fronts. Do we know what his end goal is? Is Terry aiming for the castle?
I think so. I think once he has his relics, he will take one to make himself seem a legitimate ruler to the common dog, take the stone quarter, and then attack the castle.
Have you done a full accounting of the guard yet? Do you know how many dogs you have available?
Yes, from our already depleted guard, we've lost a sixth to the retrievers.
So we need to move fast before they can recruit anybody else, anybody who's wavering.
Yes. We have some options. We could try and strike the wall here to get a messenger out. If Houndington is able to get reinforcements here quickly, that will put pressure on the retrievers.
Would Houndington be willing to defend
Oh, yes.
the pugs?
Houndington has rejoined the kingdom for some time now.
Well,
And
Area wall. Where is it in relation to the society?
which wall?
The wall that you're suggesting you can break down for a messenger to get through.
The plastic district is in the south, and the religious quarter is... Excuse me. The religious quarter is the west.
It seems like it would be most important to gather reinforcements, yes, but also if Terry gets his paws on these crazy relics, I mean, not even man could help us at that point. I think we have to secure the society and move those relics.
Perhaps, but my thought is that if we can shatter their stability in the southern quarter, they will either make a mistake that would split their army in that quarter, or it would cause them to retreat and reassess. Since right now they've only got the southern half, or southern quarter, I should say, of the plastic district. They only have control up to the gate from the river wall, all the way down to the gate in the south. They control that, but they do not control that. They are skirmishing with us regularly up at the Four Paws Resort and the Hunter's Haven.
so if we hit them in the south, we can create a path for a messenger to get through, and we can also halt their advance towards the Royal Society.
That was my thought.
Seems
Very
like a good
well.
idea.
How do we go about doing this?
Well, my suggestion would be is you will have to find their commander and take him out first. This will allow you to dishearten them. From there, if you are able to strike here, as he points to the northern area, with a few of our troops, after you have destroyed the chain of command, we would be able to create enough discord to get a messenger through.
Do we have any intel on who their commander is?
Yes. But before we get into that, I wish to bring up one other thing. I did get this letter. They were at the gates. It might be of some use. As he hands it over, it seems to be addressed to you.
Who?
You, as he hands it over to your group.
Right.
So, as you open it up and look, you find that it says, "Greetings. I hope that you are well, given that you are the best dogs for the job, since you have already traversed this terrible muckhole and dealt with my wayward kin and their odd hobbies involving others. Use these tunnels, and perhaps you might be able to even come across us and do a strike in the heart of their land."
Knew it.
We should do it. Divide and conquer.
Rat sent this. Can use the sewers. I'll bet the sewers go right up into their river.
As for the leader in the south, that's Stanley Boxer.
Perhaps we take a two-front plan here. The Korat guards and the guard dogs that you have, as many as you can spare from the castle, can attack the south and try to go after their leadership in the south, as we discussed. And while you're doing that and keeping them occupied, we can take the sewers, find the rats, and see how much damage we can do.
That sounds acceptable.
Do you think it's wise to split our forces, Vesper?
I think that a handful of us going through the sewers is not going to make the difference on the surface if we have a shot at cutting off the head or taking the battle onto their territory at least. They'll be forced to reassess. They'll be forced to regroup.
Oh, absolutely. But if we concentrate on Stanley Boxer first, they'll be looking. Could we do these things one after another instead of splitting up, trying to do both at the same time?
How good is the information you have on the leader? Like, you know who he is, but do you have any idea as to where he might actually be in the southern quarter?
We do. We believe that he has taken this area, as he points, where the guardhouses are. It's a typical commander post. And he has always been he likely has aspirations to command from there, given that he was, well, a failed guard himself.
I say we do it. Tagbard has a good idea. Let's try to cut off the head there, and then while they're struggling to regroup, the guards and the cats can keep the pressure on them while we go through the sewers afterwards.
Sounds like a good idea to me.
That's assuming the House Korat guards are still willing to stand with us.
I'm willing to, given that I cannot leave if we don't accomplish this little mission of yours.
Well, necessity does make allies.
That it does. That it does.
So, when do we start?
I say we start now, if I'm being honest.
Then let's do it.
All right. Well then, let's get ready. We have a path. I have here Scout Henry Bulldog. He knows the way, and he'll be able to get you around some of the retriever patrols for you to go toe-to-toe, so to speak, with with our dear Stanley, or our dear boxer friend.
Boxer friend?
Stanley Boxer.
Okay.
All right. In your highness,
Yes.
watch your back. As we've discovered, it's very difficult to trust anybody. So be careful and keep yourself safe, even here in the castle. Please.
I will do my best. Though, I may have to work some magic as well, given that I don't know if I could forgive myself if I did not at least do something to defend my own kingdom.
That is why you're our king. Man be with
Man be with all of us.
Out of character, do we want to tell somebody about the whole House Korat suspicion? Yosha already knows.
We need to find out if Yosha's even in the castle.
We also don't want a repeat of what happened with the retrievers.
Yeah. Person who cried wolf.
And we don't want to escalate. But the king getting assassinated by would not.
Is Gregory Bulldog in the castle somewhere?
He is not.
No, but is Yosha somewhere around?
Yes, she is.
Can we talk? Can we find her or her companion?
Yes.
Before we leave.
Yes. I heard you were in the castle. I'm so glad that you're okay, friend, as she grabs your hands and squeezes.
Yosha, it's so good to see you. We want to talk with you before we leave. You're going to be staying in the castle, right?
Yes, for now. I'm waiting for my group to come together. They've been moving in from across Pugmire, avoiding these dastardly retrievers.
You need to stay with the king. We have to make sure that nothing happens in the midst of all of this chaos within the castle.
Okay, I understand.
I think we're all on the same page with our suspicions here.
Yes.
So, man be with you, Yosha.
Keep your father safe and keep yourself safe as well. You are the future of this city.
Thank you.
Is there anybody you know you can trust?
I have several friends who I know I can trust.
Are they in the castle?
No, they're on their way here. One has made it finally. Leo Bulldog, he's a friend of mine. He got posted here, and Sister Picasa Collie is arriving soon.
Very good. Make sure they know to keep their heads on swivels and not trust anyone.
Well, I will say Pan will take to your advice very well. All right. So, you begin moving through the streets of Pugmire, following your guide. It is a shame to see the streets like this. Come, this way. As you start moving through, piece by piece, brick by brick, you see the city just in complete disarray. Though, as you get closer to your target, the place seems calmer simply because there's less fighting. He gets closer as he goes, there, do you see it? As he points.
See what?
As he points to the Great Tower. One. Yes, the tower there. There's some dogs around. I will be a distraction to get you in.
Stay safe doing that.
Oh, I plan on it. I know these streets better than these rapscallion slobbering mutts. Best of luck as he runs off. As you hear this loud clunk as he goes, "Come and get me!" and runs off.
I guess we're assaulting this tower then?
You just want to get in, take out the leader, and get out.
Unless anybody has any better ideas.
We could burn it to the ground.
Tav, Alter, second guessing what we're going to be doing. No, we can't burn the city down.
I didn't say the city, I just said the tower.
Which is
Do
part
you
of
have
the
some
wall.
special? Do you have some special way of keeping fire from spreading?
Hopes and dreams.
I
Prayers
thought
to
cats
man.
were supposed to be practical.
Practically
Dreams
speaking,
are, yeah.
I am gonna say that you have been cutting down that argument of cats being smarter than dogs with that one.
you know, my wisdom is only a 10 and my intelligence is only a 13. I'm just playing the character I rolled. No, but in all seriousness, we should move as quickly as possible to catch them off guard. So perhaps we should
Let's
move.
go. Yeah.
So you rush in. The door opens as you hear a rather pleasant voice going, "What was that all about?"
Do we see anyone?
Yeah, it's a guy at a desk. He is standing looking out the window out towards the drained marshes of Pugmire. He's tall. He is covered in heavy armor. There is a great hammer at his side.
And is it at the base floor?
Yes.
Is he a boxer?
Yes.
Oh. That was... Are you Stanley?
Of course, as he turns around. Oh. It
I
must
shoot
be-
him.
Okay. Roll.
He's gonna just say yeah.
That is the obvious.
That does
I don't
not.
think that-
No, it just hits his armor as it breaks. He goes, "Well, all right. I usually prefer a conversation first, but let's get going. All right, roll initiative."
Well, I'm probably not going first.
All right, let's see. So it is. Yeah, but you'll go before Tagbard since your initiative mod is better.
Ayo.
Okay. Okay. Sheen, you get to go first.
That's weird. I will begin chanting, and I will cast Guiding Bolt.
Okay.
That is...
That does not hit. Bernard.
Alright, I'll try to shoot him again.
All right.
Wrong direction.
Nope. Yeah. Miss. Next is Tucker.
So is it just one guy we're after then?
Yes.
Okay. Okay. I
That
presume
hits.
That hits.
That does hit.
13.
All right. 13 damage. It's his turn. He's attacking Tucker. All right. He hits.
22 is the result, then, huh?
Yep. 22 hits. He did 6 damage, and I need you to do a strength saving throw, DC 15.
Okay. Alright, so what happens now?
Alright, you are not knocked prone.
Not knocked prone, but I still get the 6 damage then, huh?
Yes.
Okay.
He hits again.
Okay.
6 damage.
6 damage again?
Yeah.
Okay. Do I need to do another saving throw, or?
Not this time. That's his 3rd attack. 19 hits, yes.
19, yeah, it hits me.
And then he did 9 damage.
Doing some damage.
Yeah. And you will need to roll the strength save again.
Alright. Okay, good.
You succeeded, yes. All right. With that, it is Vesper's turn.
I'm gonna run up and try to stab him.
Okay.
First with my relic short sword. God, I hope a 27 hits.
That does hit.
That's a crit.
Oh, it is an at 20. So that's... Hold on. What's the damage on this? 1d8 plus 4?
For a short sword? Short sword's a d6, I think.
9.
Okay.
But I'll take it.
Yeah.
And then I am going to try to hit him with my offhand weapon.
Okay.
That does not hit.
And he uses his boss action where he dodges and with his other paw he pulls out a short sword and tries to stab you.
Yes. All about this. That hits.
1 damage.
I'll take that. Alright, that's all for me.
Alright, next is Tagbard.
If you want to talk, then throw down your weapons and surrender.
Oh dear. You're one of those types.
The type with a clear conscience when he cuts your head off?
Alright. You miss, and he's able to do his react action.
Wait, I missed?
It says result 7.
That's damage.
Oh, that's
My
damage.
attack roll was a
You
24.
get a 24.
Oh, I see it. Yep, never mind. Okay, it is back to Sheen.
Well then, I think I'm going to sneak behind Tucker and cast Cure Wounds.
Okay.
So I heal 5 HP then.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay.
I would suggest using spiritual weapon.
I guess I can. So, sure.
Alright.
And let's see, that is a melee spell attack. No.
No. Alright. Bernard,
Does a 19 hit?
a 19 does hit.
5 points.
Alright. Cool. Tucker?
Alright, working on tech.
That
Okay, I
hits.
hit him.
Yep.
Okay, 9
9
damage.
Nice. It is here that he is going to attack you, Tucker.
Me again?
Yeah. 23, I'm assuming hits.
Yeah, that hits.
And his damage output goes up because he's at half HP. Let's hit 1.
Oh, yeah. So that's 12 damage then?
Yes.
Wow. You missed me.
No, that was the damage.
That was another damage roll, the 15?
Because he rolled a 24.
No, oh, okay. 15. Oh, shoot. Okay, so I'm down then.
Okay. And now he's going to turn and hit Vesper.
Bring it. Oh, Jesus, he brought it. Let's just see how much he brought. Ow. Good thing I got those extra points, right?
Yeah. All right. Vesper, it's your turn.
I'm gonna try to, seeing as how he just hit me, I'm gonna try to hit him back.
All right.
Assuming I can type here. That does not hit.
No, it does not. And because you missed, he gets a attack against you.
Yay. Oh yeah. That definitely hit. Okay. Could have been worse. I'll try to hit him with my offhand now.
All right.
16.
That hits.
Really? Okay. 9 points.
9 points.
Does he look at least a little bloody?
He's hitting harder because he's so bloodied.
Yay.
That was why that went from a D6 to a D6 plus 3.
I was just thinking that maybe I wasn't paying attention earlier when that changed.
Oh, yeah. He went below half hit points.
I mean, AO, but also owie.
All right, Tagbard.
So, are we on the ground floor of the tower or like the top tower?
You're on the ground floor because he's basically just using the desk to give orders. That's a botch. Roll a single d20, no modifiers. You miss wildly, but not terribly, and he gets his riposte on you. Sheen?
Okay, start with Spare the Dying on Tucker.
Okay.
He gets 1 hit point and can spend, or stamina point, and can spend any of his stamina dice.
How many stamina dice would you like to spend, Liam?
I think I'm definitely gonna spend 2 stamina dice. So
Okay, so
2. Hold up. I add Constitution to my rolls too, don't I?
yep. For each die,
Okay.
you add your Constitution modifier in.
Okay. 10 HP total.
Cool. Or
Okay, and
oh yeah.
I was just gonna move the spiritual weapon and then hit him with it again,
All right, go for it.
or attempt to.
That hits. That's a nat 22.
So that doubles the damage.
Yep, doubles the damage dice. Not the modifier. Nice. He is certainly looking worse for wear. Bernard?
Alright.
That hits. Very nice. All right, Tucker.
Alright, I'm gonna attack him. Alright, 19. So that hits then, right?
That hits.
8 damage.
He's down.
Okay.
Alright.
Alright. Tie him up. Spare the dying. Or at least keep him from bleeding out. And we head back.
Well, next step was to head into the sewers, right?
Wait, before we leave, you said when we walked into the ground floor, he was sitting at a desk, right?
He was standing at a window, or basically
thought
an arrow slit.
Okay, is there any paperwork, anything in the ground floor that might give us an idea of their plans?
You can check.
I think we should check before we leave because it might give us the edge over them while we're here.
Alright.
Agreed. Evidence at the very least.
Yeah, let's
We found this letter that is irrefutable proof that you attempted to coup the nation.
Brilliant.
not quite what I was looking for, but I guess it's better than nothing.
No, it's just... All right.
I'm just wondering if they have like any communications between the different commanders or maps or.
Oh no,
plans.
I got you. I'll need a investigation roll. I think that's.
Would
a
that
skill.
be?
Let me check the skills. Search is a wisdom check.
Oh, geez. I hope somebody else is looking with me because
Yeah,
I am not very wise.
I just took that.
Wow, I rolled a 19?
Yeah.
Where the hell was this 10 minutes ago?
You find a letter that has been opened. It is from Terry. It is the act of basically forced conscription of cats and rats that they capture, especially the rebels, to be used on frontline fights first, and to be stabbed in the back if they attempt to retreat.
We need to get this back to the castle.
No kidding.
So we'll take
Yeah, I thought-
him.
I still tie him up. Can you keep him from dying, Sheen?
Of course.
And then I guess we head back into the sewers and back to the castle.
Okay, so you doing Spare the Dying, Sheen?
Yeah.
Okay.
Are we taking him to the dungeons? Or leaving him?
You should not leave him
We're-
here.
Yeah, we're not leaving him here. We're taking him with us.
Alright.
So you start going. As you're moving through, the cats start attacking, and I need a stealth roll. Whoever has the highest stealth roll for the group.
Is stealth dexterity?
Yes.
I got a +2.
Yep, that's all I have. I'm not trained in it.
I have a +1.
Okay. I'll give it a try. I have that skill. Do I get...
Yeah, you add your proficiency. All right.
Take
You're
that.
able to take him and move out of the way as some of the retrievers are going, "We're under attack, sir! Sir? Sir!" And you're able to sneak away as the troops become disorganized as the cats and guards push the advantage and start forcing the retrievers back into the Riverwall district.
Fantastic.
As you return to the castle, Stanley is chained, and you see King Pug going, "That's impressive. I've heard Stanley's a bit of a bruiser."
Oh, we're a bit bruised, that's for sure.
Thank you.
You're welcome. We found this as well. It looks as though they're using cats and rats as cannon fodder.
By man, we will have to inform the troops, trying to make sure that they target their attacks when it comes to those on the front line.
I think now we need to head to the sewers. We should capitalize on the momentum we have.
I agree.
They'll be looking to the south, that's for sure. Hopefully they won't see us coming.
Here we go. As he goes, my guards will take you to the sewer grate here in the Royal District.
Excellent.
And so you drop down and you start heading out. You move through the sewers, trying to orient yourself with how you remember the sewers functioning before. As you come in and you see a marking on the wall.
Can we read the marking?
As you start approaching and you look, it is a triangle face pointing down one of the pathways with extended whiskers upon it.
So kind of like shaped like a dog then, right?
Or,
Not a dog.
well, I guess we follow this then.
You start following it when you see another one. It's pointing in another direction.
So they keep following.
You keep following and you keep following until you get to a dead end and bars come crashing down.
Oh, awesome.
You wait for a good hour and a half before you see torches coming and you hear, "Got some of the retrievers, boss." You were right. They would fall for this trap.
Can we see who
Retrievers?
it is?
They got a cat with them. It's a big mouse. Oh! I recognize these ones. Hang on, we'll get the gate up.
Thank you.
As you are released, and they go, "We'll take you to the boss."
Preferably no
Much
cages this
obliged.
time.
As you walk through, he goes, "By the way, since you're in the know, this one leads to the trap," and he goes to the other wall, and it's a much smaller marking, very hard to notice. "This is the one that points to us."
Well, thank you. Your letter wasn't exactly clear on.
Yeah. I think the boss has a sense of humor, and he just wanted to see what would happen.
You know, can't really argue with that.
As you enter, you see the small kind of area that's furnished out with...
While we're wandering with these rats, perhaps, I don't know if we have the ability to do any quick heals, but if we did, that would be great.
You can do a short rest for this walk.
Because I think a couple of us are kind of hurt.
So we're gonna do a short rest.
Yep.
Before I do that, I'm gonna do 2 cure wounds.
Okay.
Well, put it in the chat.
Sounds good.
Oh, sorry, my microphone's still on.
Alright. So, Tucker, you healed 7.
I see that. Short rest, we roll how many stamina dice that we have left for the day, right?
Yeah, you have 1 left.
Yeah, so basically just 1d10. Alright. Okay.
Alright. Everyone else healed to what they want?
I'm good.
Okay.
Yep.
I'm good.
You finally enter kind of a bigger, I guess you'd call it room in the sewer. It's really just a chamber. Though the torches give it a nice bit of lighting, actually. And you see semi-fine furniture here, with Whiskers sitting down, holding his knife and playing with it, going, "Ah, you got my letter. Good."
Oh, that was you. I wasn't sure.
Yes. It's also good to know that anyone coming down into the sewers follows a big, obvious arrow. I need to know if that trap would work. Glad you helped.
Hap, if there's ever anything about me that made it seem like I wouldn't do the obvious thing, that's a problem.
Fair enough. Anyway,
Thank you for your help. Yes, I don't know if we could have carried it off without the rat's assistance.
that's fine. Self-preservation is good. Plus, in some way, you've wormed your way into my respect.
Likewise.
Anyway, I suppose it's time to talk shop.
Tell us how to get to 10.
Oh, I'll get there, but how much do you know about the unseen?
Probably not as
I
much
know.
as we should.
Few do.
I know it takes silver or fire to really hurt. I know some dogs can smell them. And I know they'll take normal creatures and possess them and turn them into frothing beasts.
Yes, exactly. And while that is all true, sometimes they have a certain allure to them to certain people around the world who want power.
Are you implying that Terry is involved with the unseen?
I'm implying that he reached out to them to get what he wanted.
Is he drawing the attacks north?
I'm not so sure about that. But it wouldn't surprise me. My boys found something while we were moving down here. Especially after you cleared out our little problem down here.
What did they find?
Well, Shepherd, let me show you. I'll draw it out. I won't complete it all the way. I'll keep a couple lines broken. Call me cautious. As he takes a slightly burnt stick and starts drawing it on the ground, he creates an 8-pointed star with several runes that are disconnected and disjointed and not fully connected. This was found down here. We don't know what it is, but we did find several dead retrievers around it, and their corpses were rather old.
You think that's how he created the frothing demons?
I think those came later. I think this called something else, or at least something that could talk to him.
I think it's still around.
I'm not sure, but that is why I wanted to warn you first. Also, these two started investigating. As he goes, bring him in. As you see a gray cat and a rather large badger being brought in, their arms tied together.
Are they the same ones that we met out in the forest?
Yes.
Ah, hey, long time.
Oh, hello. It has been some time, hasn't it? Me and my companion were just wandering through your whimsical streets when we noticed certain entrances that we thought we would investigate. You know how it is. Just a little bit of curiosity. You would have killed me.
Indeed, indeed. No, I remembered it was curiosity that brought you by the badgers the last time.
So it did. It's a shame, because Nia, as the badger goes, Ratter, our companion, decided that we should check here out. It was a theory of his, and it seems to be proven right. And, well, we were just going to... They were just sticking their nose where they didn't belong. Do you know these two?
Oh, we crossed paths back in the forest, but I got the feeling then that you two weren't entirely forthright with us. So, I don't blame you, Whiskers, for being a little suspicious.
Yes, well, rarely does one see a cat and a badger running around, especially in the city of Pugmire. Though I doubt this would be a normal sight in the monarchies as well. Isn't that right, Miss Von Wrex?
You're not wrong.
What to
Though
do?
I will admit, if I could have a badger by my side, I certainly would.
It's most appreciated. The soft-spoken and oddly high-pitched badger says with a nod.
I
So
think
tell
it's
me.
this. Oh, sorry, go ahead, Tagbard.
Tell me what you're really searching.
We're searching for things that are breaching into this world. Well said, Mouser. Ratter.
Right? What have you found?
It is quite bad in this place, as it seems. It seems someone found an ancient rune to draw certain powers here that have sort of destabilized this place.
I see. And it was this search that brought you to the Ramaraks?
Partially. What we were looking for there was actually a little bit of a drop of blood from something for our patron for his odd experimentations.
And who would your patron be, exactly?
Oh, I'll just go by his title. His name is rather unimportant. He is of the Seven Eyes.
Seven Eyes, is that a group or name we're familiar with?
No.
Okay.
Well, that's not the least bit unsteady. Tell me, is he a spider with an eye patch?
The badger starts laughing. I suppose in this world that would be possible, but no. He does talk at length quite often.
In this world. What do you mean by that?
As he looks a bit abashed and looks down briefly.
What other worlds are there?
Is that not a common phrase among the dogs of Pugmire? This world? This life and the
No.
next?
Not common phrase that I...
Well, it is among the badgers.
Now, the reason you are here is, of course, very important, but I think we have a very sensitive mission. And I think that your mission and our mission are not necessarily unrelated. Perhaps we move forward and deal with this later, because time is of the essence here.
The cat, after that, leaps up and attempts to strike a pose, though his hands catch slightly, which throws him off a bit, as he goes, "My dear, you are more than correct. I say that we combine our forces quickly and swiftly to destroy the impending doom ahead. Also, I would like to point out that your, well, I suppose, chittering companion has several things that he'd like to share, though has withheld at this moment, I think for the right dramatic purpose, which I have now spoiled as a payment for this," as he holds up his tied together paws, "embarrassment."
What do you say, Whiskers? Did he steal your thunder?
A bit. I'm not sure if I like this one.
Perhaps we can make that decision later, Whiskers. We can use all the help we can get at this point, and I think we need to move.
Very well. We have been able to... Do not ask me how. It is not important. But we did retrieve a bit of an older relic from the Royal Society's houses under their very snouts.
Well,
And we have it ready. We think it should cause enough disarray.
disarray.
what? Yeah, where? How?
Near the retriever base, of course. As to how, well, I'm not so sure. But
One way to find out.
Well, we can't just go in with so little information. We have evidence that the retrievers are using cats and rats captured in this skirmish essentially as shields on the front line. We may be sacrificing our own people by using this rather than just going in ourselves.
oh, then perfect. The front lines is nowhere near the retriever home base.
Do we know that they don't have rats and cats there, though, trying to guard or build up, their...
You could always do some investigation, and then we can make a determination from there.
I think we should, and I volunteer to do it.
Alright, that
Perfect.
sounds like a good idea. Is there an entrance directly under their base? How close can we get with these sewers?
We can get close, not directly under their base, but relatively close.
That's a shame. I would love to crawl up on Terry while he was on the camp.
Wouldn't we all? But then it would be far too easy if it was that simple, wouldn't it?
Aye.
The gray cat goes, "I volunteered to help scouting with the magnificent maiden here,"
How kind of you.
as the badger kind of swings both arms at the back of his head.
So, your names were Ratter and...
Fernarth.
Fair enough.
Does anybody else want to go with us?
I'm not
For the scouting, we should probably keep the numbers small.
Aye. I think the hunter should go. I myself am not exactly subtle type.
Perhaps you all can come and look at the relic then.
Alright.
And so, Vesper, you head up with the Ratter.
Okay.
Let us do our stealth checks.
Okay.
So, out of character, is it the Ratter as opposed to simply Ratter?
He seems to go by the Gray Ratter.
I'm sorry, did you just roll that? Is his proficiency bonus 8?
No, he has a high dexterity, though.
Oh. Okay.
He added his proficiency modifier to his dex.
Oh, can you do that? Should I
Yeah.
have added 5?
Yes, you should have.
Oh, well then I would have a 23.
Okay.
Are you proficient in stealth, is the main question.
Yes, I have sneak.
Well, yeah.
So,
I hope that was a pretty sneaky roll.
So, you guys sneak around. There are no cats and rats here. It looks like they're shipped off to the front line as quickly as possible.
Okay. So then let's head back and let them know. Wait, before, can we see how many dogs there are, or if there's anything weird? Like, do we see relics being set up or anything like that from where we are?
No relics yet, but you do notice that there's none of the sort of, I guess what you'd call the mook retrievers here. The only thing you see, the big guys, like the one at the Hunter's Haven here. There's 4 of them guarding the outside.
Oh, geez. Okay. So we'll hook back.
Yeah, as the Gray Ratter goes, wow, those are some marvelous brutes, are they not?
Brutes is definitely a good way to describe them. I'd rather not tangle with them if we don't have to.
I suppose not. This is a stealth mission, though Cat's Paw and Needle would get a good workout indeed if we had to go at it. I would show you, my darling, with a swish and a flash. But, alas, we must be off.
Let's head back quickly. I imagine you'll have a chance to show off soon enough.
As he gives a sly smile, a bow, and a flourish before moving off with you.
Perfect. Perfect.
All right. Meanwhile, back in the sewers, found this one. Was pretty far in the back. It looks like something they never truly figured out what it did, but it seems to have been getting more active since things have gotten crazy.
How do you know what it'll...
How do I know? Well, my dear dog, I am but an innocent bystander who simply gathers information and speaks with the right people. That is the very essence of a good businessman.
And that's why we love you, Whiskers. So, when you set this off, what happens?
No idea, though it, as I said, it has some sort of strange reaction, and it gets more volatile the closer it gets to the retriever base.
What does it look like?
As he brings you in, it is a sphere of several spinning rings about 1.5 feet in diameter, floating. It has crimson runes and juts out bits of emerald flame on occasion. And the sphere itself is pitch black, like midnight iron.
Shepard? Any ideas?
I'm not sure. Can I roll anything on that?
No, this is completely unknown. You have never seen anything like this before.
Well, it certainly looks like the kind of thing that if we toss at the retrievers might do something useful. So what's the plan?
We were going to take it in as quickly as possible and then get it to the city streets. At that point, I think what we have to do is touch this. This rune glows the most. And it glows brighter, and it glowed first the closer we brought it to this place.
Alright, so get it as close as possible and then touch the rune?
That was my idea. Yes.
Sounds like a plan. Any volunteers for touching it?
Okay.
Good. I'm so pleased. Though I would not call myself that much of a religious man, may man watch over all of us. These are trying times, and quite frankly, we are diving headfirst into something that I can't even find words to describe. Vesper and the Ratter return.
I think we're good to go. There's no cats, no rats, and really not even many troops. Just a couple of big guys we probably don't want to fight head on.
Well,
So
hopefully we won't have to.
Did you guys figure out how to make the relic work?
We have an idea that we're
mean-
gonna try.
Can I be filled in on this idea?
I'm gonna push the button when we get in the retriever's hideout.
In this relic, am I in the room with the relic? Can I see it?
No, you all return to the room where you met Whiskers.
How big is this relic? How are we going to get it from here to there? Can it be carried?
I mean, from what I remember of the description, yes.
Okay, then about what time is this, do you think? Is it, afternoon at this point?
Yeah, it's afternoon.
Do we want to wait for the cover of darkness?
Probably a good idea.
Would certainly add to dramatic effect, if nothing else.
Well, then I think perhaps let's wait. Let's gather our bearings and gather what we need and prepare ourselves to strike as soon as the light fades.
Though we might lose the element of surprise. Right now they're being distracted by the loss of the boxer in the plastic disc. The quicker we move, the better.
I'll follow whatever you guys want to do.
All right. So what's the plan?
Are we all prepared to move forward now? Like, is Whiskers prepared?
Oh, yeah.
Ratter?
Hmm?
Then let's capitalize on the
question is-
chaos.
Now or night?
Let's go now.
Alright.
All right.
Let's do it.
All right. So you start heading there. As you're getting closer, the sphere starts to glow more and more as there's more green flames coming out. And I'm assuming that Bernard is carrying it.
Correct.
It's giving off a kind of hum, but it doesn't sound like a mechanical hum. It sounds almost like something semi-sentient is humming.
Oh, that's not disturbing in the least.
And as you're getting closer, it starts to make the noise more, and the rings start to spin a little faster as the thing seems to be almost excited. You can feel it, Bernard, radiating into you. You feel kind of a morbid excitement or joy about what's coming next.
Oh, that's a great feeling.
Fatalism. Gotta love it.
As you get to the final sewer exit that's closest to the retriever base.
How loud is it?
It's mostly in your heads, like it's telepathic to you, and because you're connected to everyone, it's only in their heads.
Okay.
Roll dexterity real quick. You keep a hold of it as the sphere almost seems like it tried to leap out of your hands in the direction of the base.
Well, either it's gonna be something really good or really bad.
Why not both?
I mean, I'd be okay with both. Probably.
Hey, if they summon something and we empower that thing, it might go poorly for them as well as us.
That sounds like an American Cold War strategy. Well, if we nuke Godzilla, he'll get stronger, but he'll be stronger against us and the Russians.
Exactly.
Bernard, you get ready as the thing is starting to actually howl out loud.
Alright, well, let's see how close we can get to it.
All right. As you see the guards kind of like looking around and being like, what in man's name is that noise?
In the name of Pugmire, throw
Tagbard,
your
you wanna
weapons down.
Distract them. As Tagbard gets their attention, I'm gonna try and run into the base.
All right, as you're running towards the base, they're like, what is that? As the thing just starts roaring almost. It's starting to feel hot.
Where am I at?
You're like right at the door.
I guess we're good enough. Hit the button.
As you hit the button, the sphere gives a massive blast. It knocks you guys back and the big guys onto their face. As it shoots a blast up. Shoots a blast up and hits the sky. And it creates this black swirling cloud as lightning bolts start shooting everywhere, as the thing starts peeling back and starts to change shapes almost. It looks like one of the weapons the Ramaroks used. It looks like a spear, a sword. It looks like the strange contraptions and various relics of this world and everything in between as it shifts rapidly between them, as winds pick up and great cyclones come crashing down onto the Retriever base, scattering the doors and walls in every which direction, as you guys have to all make strength checks, strength saving throws, to stay on your feet.
Well, I'm not staying on my feet.
Sheen definitely falls over. Vesper falls over. And Bernard falls over and are blown away slightly. It is then that this strange relic fires off 4 needle-like contraptions as they strike the 4 guards. As they strike them, the dog's eyes roll back, and it looks almost like a part of them is ripped out. Not anything physical, as it seems to rend their souls from their bodies, absorbing them. And now all of you are fully healed and have all of your stamina dice back, as the thing seems to cut the very fabric of reality and vanishes. As a great storm has come, as great winds and rains and lightning shoot throughout the entire area. But you are now fully healed and ready to fight.
All right, can we keep it?
It's gone.
I
Can you
like
find
it.
another one?
Terrier, get out here.
I head in.
Yeah, I'm gonna just bum rush the door.
I'm totally following.
You bum rush the door as you see Terry facing you, as well as something immaterial standing before him. The thing turns and looks at you briefly. It is a handsome, some would say almost beautiful dog or cat. It seems to shift between the two, with great horns that peel and curl back, as it simply says, "It looks like the game is up. You are on your own." And vanishes into the symbol.
Tagbard, this seems like your kind of deal. You've got that silver sword, right?
I mean, I think he kind of fetched off.
Be prepared.
Sorry, Terry. It looks like you're on your own.
So it does.
One terrier to another. You've got a lot to answer for.
Perhaps I do. But I was willing to go the distance for the power I sought.
That's what it was about. It wasn't about dogs. You worked with Labotor. You worked with House Korat. You don't care about Pugmire for the dogs. You care about power.
I planned on rewriting the world. And I wasn't going to keep the cats in disorder. Just enough disorder to draw my lord here.
Your lord, was that the one who just exited stage left even?
Yes. He's not gone for good. No, the door's already been opened.
What's going on up north, Terry?
I opened the doors to chaos.
Know how to close them?
I didn't get that far, nor did I want to know. Chaos is what led me to becoming a true ruler of this world.
So you really thought that it wouldn't swallow you up?
It promised power, and it promised more than you could imagine, and it did. Oh, my dear friend, it did. I still have the mark of it on me. I still have power.
Where's the mark? Is it an actual mark, or just your words?
It is an actual mark. As he pulls back, as you see the 8-pointed star burned into his flesh, it gives off a glow, the colors changing in erratic ways.
What part of his body is it on?
His chest.
Let's carve it out.
I like how you think, Cat.
I'm gonna move forward and try to stab him.
Yeah, it's initiative time.
Ugh. I was trying to, let Tagbard get through that first.
Oh, you don't need to let me grandstand too. Yeah, our heart-to-heart didn't seem to go so well. Last chance, Terry. Choose the side of life or choose the side of death.
You know, Tagbard, you try to save the wrong people and kill the wrong people. Need switched up. He dies.
Are we actually going to
so
kill
now
him?
we're on board for killing.
Do you see the unholy symbol carved in his chest?
I'm just thinking we carve it off.
Out of character. This isn't Cthulhu.
Whatever.
I need a reroll from Liam and Thomas, please.
No, see, my policy is to give them a chance to surrender ahead of time. But once they're dead, I don't like giving them a second shot at.
Alright, Thomas goes before me.
Yep.
So it looks like I go first.
Yep, one sec. I'm just getting everyone in order first.
You're fine, I'm just...
Yeah.
I hope I roll this good for the rest of the match.
Okay, Vesper, it is your turn.
I'm gonna try to stab him with my relic.
Alright.
Does a 22 hit?
A 22 does hit.
Okay. Oh, I forgot to put a roll on that. I have to say, I really do like this whole dice rolling made way more than real dice rolling. I don't think we can ever go back.
Okay.
So, 7 points.
7 points of damage.
And then I am going to stab him with my offhand.
Okay.
That does not hit.
No, it does not.
But I tried. Drew first blood. I'll take it.
Alright, it is his turn.
Yeah.
As he takes a deep breath and his eyes roll back, the symbol starts to glow a terrible crimson. And who's up at the door? Who are the people at the door?
I'd be at the door.
Okay. I think
I was
Tagbard would
following
be too.
Bernard.
Yeah, I guess Tagbard would be too. And Tucker. So it'll be you three. As a giant ball of flame shoots from his chest, and I need a dexterity saving throw. The DC is 12. All right. Poor Tagbard. So, Bernard and Tucker, you will take half damage from this.
Okay.
So just divide it in half after.
Round up or round down?
Round up.
Spicy.
And then he swings his sword at Vesper.
Yeah, that hits. Okay, that's not terrible. I'll take that. Considering we healed up before this.
And then for his final action, he throws his hands forward and creates kind of a gleam about him.
Somebody please cut his hands off.
Oh, with pleasure. So that was exactly half my HP. I don't need to make
Nope.
saving.
Nope. So, next is Tagbard.
Alright. I will charge him and try to cut his head off.
Alright.
With magic sword.
That hits.
8.
Alright.
Especially given that all my fur's burned off at this.
You are feeling a little bit of pain, yes. Alright, next is Bernard.
I believe a 24 will hit.
A 24 does hit.
7 points of damage with my bow.
Nice. Sheen?
Okay, I am going to start with casting Guiding Bolt.
Okay.
Suspect that hits.
That does hit.
That's 8 damage.
Okay.
And then I will manifest the spiritual weapon
Okay.
and hit him with that.
That misses.
And because Guiding Bolt hit, the next attack is at the advantage.
Oh, okay, then. Oh, the next guiding bolt is at the advantage?
The next attack against him.
Oh, okay. The very next one?
Yeah.
Okay. Tucker, you have the advantage on your attack roll. You get to roll again, Liam?
14 is my highest roll.
So you missed.
Okay.
With that, it is Vesper.
I'm gonna try to cut his hands off. Does a 20 hit?
20 does hit.
For 9 points.
Nice.
And then I'm gonna do it again with my offhand. Does a 22 hit? Yes, it does. For 9 more points.
Nice. All right.
He's got a lot of health.
Yes, he is a major antagonist. He fucking should.
We've done quite a bit of damage to him already.
Mm-hmm. With that, you see the symbol give a blue glow as the glow turns into like these horrible crystal-like veins as they get to his mouth. As he screams in pain and this blast of cold shoots out. Vesper, Tucker, and Tagbard, I need a Constitution saving throw DC 14.
Oh, good thing I got that amulet. I'll take it.
You said dexterity saving throw, right?
Constitution.
Constitution. Alright. Alright. There we go.
All right, you all succeeded, so you'll take half damage. So just divide this in half.
Alright.
So 21 points of damage.
Are you shitting me?
No.
Jesus fuck. I mean, I'm not down, but I don't feel very good.
Neither do I.
Jesus. Somebody please kill him.
And that's his turn. Tagbard?
Well, I'm down, so
Oh, okay.
I guess my turn is the death saving throw?
Correct.
Alright. And
DC
that's a
15.
con save again.
Yep, con save, DC 15.
No.
No, one fail. All right. Bernard?
Alright, I'll shoot him.
All right. That hits.
Alright, 6 more points.
You've officially beat the halfway point.
He's bloodied.
Sheen?
I will go up to Tagbard and cast Spare the Dying.
Okay.
Much obliged. I will use all of my stamina. Because, I mean, might as well.
All right. Next is Tucker.
Just a second. I was
Oh.
waiting for...
Got it.
Ha-ha!
Nice.
Alright.
Anybody seen
No,
Get Him to the Greek?
Well,
I'm going
actually,
to move the spiritual weapon
all right.
and do another... Okay.
Attack. Okay.
Ah,
That hits.
7 damage.
Cool. All right. Now it's your turn, Tucker.
Alright. Okay, I presume that hits him.
Yep. With that, Vesper.
Is he standing in the center of the room or like towards the back of it?
Closer to the center. Like, I guess the center had the inhumanly beautiful dog and or cat, and he was about 5 feet back from that. So as close to the center as you could think.
Okay, and since I'm right up in his business, is there any way that I can move behind him or more to the side so I'm less likely to get hit with his...
Yes, because you would still be within 5 feet of him. So you're not
Okay,
going to get an attack of opportunity.
Okay, I want to just kind of move, like, kind of slide to the side and stab him.
All right.
Okay. That does not hit.
No, I need you to roll another d20 with no modifiers, please.
Yep.
Woof.
Oof.
Whoa.
So as you do that, you miss, and then you take yourself forward a little bit, and you will take a either -2 penalty on your next saving throw, or a -2 to your AC, depending on how he attacks you.
Awesome. Okay. Can I still use my bonus second attack with my offhand weapon?
You can.
Okay, then I'm going to go ahead and try to stab him.
Okay.
See how well that does. 26. Nat
That's
20.
a nat 20, yep.
Ooh.
9 points.
Nice.
I've done pretty consistent damage to him across the board. I think it's 9 points or nothing.
Mm-hmm. So, he's focusing on you, Vesper. He pulls back his longsword as you see it ignite with fire. He does 10 damage.
I am down.
He then turns to, let's see, between Tagbard and Tucker, who has done the most damage? Because Vesper, the only reason he was focusing on Vesper is because she did the most damage to him.
Oh, she's been obliterating him.
Mm-hmm.
Are you keeping track of how much damage each person is doing?
No, I just know that because that's just facts. Like, it's obvious from how high you've been rolling.
Well, I guess that's fair.
Yeah, you've been slaughtering people.
So I'll just do one on each. So as he spins, he turns towards Tucker as his blade seems to turn into like misty wind. That's a nat 20.
Oh, crap.
He does 21 cold damage.
I'm down.
And finally, his sword turns to a horrible green and gives off a terrible acrid smell. Tagbard,
Favorite color.
that hits.
Yeah, that hits.
And that does 7 damage.
Oh, love that.
Tagbard?
Hey, Bernard, we ever figure out what that black smoky wand did?
I thought Vesper had that one, but if I have it, I'll try and use it.
I don't have it.
Okay, then it's probably me. Alright, I'll try and use it.
Okay.
Does a
That
16
hits.
hit?
That does hit because he didn't put up a shield. Nice. Next is Bernard.
Alright, I'll try using that wand.
All right. Make an attack.
Do you mind if I take inspiration?
Do it.
Do it.
Natural 20.
All right. So roll 6d8 necrotic damage.
Oh, thank God.
As the blast hits him, you see his body starting to dissolve away as he gives out a laughing scream one last time. As his body seems to collapse and you see an ethereal version of himself fall into the same circle that his master was and seems to get dragged through.
Ooh.
As it sounds like a mixture of maniacal laughter and shrieks of pain and terror.
I don't think we're gonna be able to spare the dying on that.
A little busy anyway.
Don't blame.
And so, Terry has been defeated, and we will find out what happens to the rest of the Retrievers next time. Thank you to everyone who listened. We'll catch you in the next episode.